Hey there, Andraya Coulter with C2 Financial here. When you think of mortgages, you probably think of credit. That's because your credit plays a very big role in the type of mortgage you actually qualify for and even the interest rate that you get. Because of that, I have a great resource that I recommend strongly. My credit guy, Sam Parker's team, is the best in the business, and he's someone that I trust explicitly. Sam, why don't you take it over from here and educate on credit?
Absolutely. Credit is so important. And it's crazy. We were never taught about credit in high school. We were never taught in college, and our parents probably just did the best they could. Everything besides that is either stuff that we got on our own or stuff that we learned by making mistakes and having to recover from it. But I want to give you a few tips that will apply especially during the home buying process to keep your credit scores as high as possible and definitely not to lose any points along the way. Number one, don't go out and just start paying off collections. A lot of people don't understand this, but when you go and you pay an old collection, you refresh what's called the date of last activity, and you'll actually lose points. Now, I know that's contrary to rational thought that you should be able to go out and pay these things off and get rewarded for it, but it just doesn't work like that. I'm not saying to not pay them off, but I'm saying that there's a plan that you need to follow in order to make sure that it actually makes sense for you. Contact your mortgage broker or somebody at the My Credit Guy staff, and we'll show you how to navigate this tricky situation. But don't go out and just start paying off collection accounts because you're going to drop your credit scores. Number two, do not go out and apply for or obtain any new accounts during this process. I don't care how good the offer is, it's not worth you not qualifying for a home loan. And what a lot of people don't realize is when you go out and you buy electronics, you buy furniture, you get that great deal, you're not only taking on additional debt that's going to be factored into your debt to income ratio, but a lot of times the addition of that account hurts your credit scores in many different ways. Either it's a maxed out credit line or it's just the addition of a new debt load. And either way, that's going to drop your credit scores. So no new accounts during the process unless your mortgage broker or a staff member at My Credit Guy tells you to open that thing up. Number three, do not use those credit cards right now. When you max out a credit card or even increase balances, you're drastically dropping your credit scores in most situations. Now, there's a few different thresholds that I want you to keep in mind, and that's 50%, 30%, and 10%. You never want to cross that 50% threshold, especially during the home buying process. That's going to send your credit scores down because the credit scoring algorithm sees it as you overutilizing the credit that's been offered to you. You want to keep all credit lines, revolving credit cards down below 30% if possible, and in a perfect world between 5 and 10%. You don't want them to sit there doing nothing because they're not working for you, but you don't want to overutilize them. You got to keep them in that nice little sweet spot. And number four, and probably the most important thing, is pay all of your bills on time. You have to make sure that you're not adding any new late pays, collections, charge-offs, or profit and losses during this time. And the way to do that is to make sure that all of your minimums are paid always. If you need to set up automatic payments, that's a great way to go about doing it. Otherwise, just make sure that you've budgeted and that you know what bills are due when, and no new late pays during this time. I hope this helps. I hope it gives some clarity. If you need anything at all, get in touch with either myself or the mortgage broker that showed this to you, and we will make sure that you get all the information that you need. Thanks.